the definitive guide to SEO. A visit, and the success of a website, depends heavily on its positioning within Google search. SEO optimization deals with this challenge. Search engine optimization, as part of digital marketing, involves the complete process of working on and off the site, in order to place it in organic search results. When it comes to ranking a site on the internet, it is virtually understood that we are referring to Google search, given its dominant position. While not the only search engine, it is by far the most influential player on the market. Suffice it to remind you that the term "Google it" is also coined, where you are referring to finding something on the internet. In order to rank well, good search engine optimization is required. So, what is SEO and why is it needed? What is SEO analysis? SEO analysis is the first step before working on optimization. In this step we get acquainted with the site and analyze it from a technical, on-page and off-page aspect. In this way, we come to the real picture of the problems that affect the current site rankings, as well as what needs to be done to achieve the best possible result and improve the analyzed site. Analyzing will vary depending on whether you are doing analysis for a new or existing site, and it will depend on how much access to the different data that needs to be checked. For almost all areas of SEO analysis, there are tools that allow you to complete and quickly analyze. You can also use the tool to analyze your competition to almost the same extent as your site. There are several types of SEO analyses, general, targeted, etc., that aim to give you a more accurate picture of the status of the site, and below are some of the elements to check. Technical analysis. Check the site and number 39, as technical settings. It looks at whether the site has a robots.txt file, whether the pages have a canonical tag, the load time of the site, whether the site and its pages are indexed or access to some pages is prevented. On-page analysis, an overview of the content structure on the site itself. It is important to check that the page titles and meta descriptions are unique, that the title and headings contain keywords, or that the URL is optimized. Off-page analysis, exploring the external links that lead to the analyzed site. In that case, you need to know how many backlinks there are, how many domains those backlinks come from, whether the domains are indexed, what is the authority of the domains that link to the site, etc. One of the most important elements of SEO optimization is the ranking for your desired keywords to appear with the searches within the topics that are relevant to you. Keyword research. Keywords are words and phrases we use when searching for something on the internet. It can be one word and it can be a long sentence. Of course, the more specific our search is, the more relevant the results will be. For example, if you type in the word SEO, you will get tens of millions of results, but if you type SEO optimization in London, you will get even better results. However, it is often not always clear which words to include when optimizing. There are even often surprising results. There we may learn that there is a lot of interest in searches for example, the term site optimization for mobile phones. In this case, you will do your best to utilize this interest and attract future customers. Keyword research is done by using a variety of programs that provide detailed statistics on how much a word is searched for. This is one of the most important segments that SEO optimization deals with. It is precisely the expertise in the search that depends on further work to optimize the site and its content. The human factor is also important for finding keywords. Successful application of experience and intuition by one SEO specialist. This is why optimization is a complex process where the result depends on many elements. The most well-known keyword research tool is Google Keyword Planner, with other tools, some of which are Keyword Tool and 𝐁𝐿. It should be noted that there are trial versions of some of the well-known software that can be a good source of keywords. It is very important for every SEO expert to track, through Google Search Console, which keywords people came to the site, as well as what keywords the site appeared for in the search, and also to optimize the content according to them. Types of SEO site optimization. SEO optimization is shared in the way it approaches the desired results. As in any field of work, there are rules-based work, but also tactics that will try to trick the system. White hat SEO. It's about using optimization strategies and methods that fully adhere to Google's policies. In this case, your goal will be to optimize your site for searches, but to focus on the relevance and quality of the content as well as the organic ranking. White hat activities include the proper use of keywords, link building, and above all quality content written for visitors without the use of tricks. This approach is the only right path if you want long-term success. Black hat SEO. Black hat SEO focuses on circumventing the rules and cheating the system to get Google the wrong impression of the site and rank it better than its real value. When it comes to optimizing the content of the site itself using some of the black hat SEO methods, it is primarily optimized for search engines that analyze the site. In this way, an attempt is made to deceive the algorithm so that the positions for which the site is ranked higher, although they deviate from the true value of the site. Forbidden tactics are the most common. Insert hidden text that is invisible to users but not to searches. Keyword stuffing, that is exaggeration of keywords in the text. Link farming, where links are artificially created and a false reputation of the site is created. These methods are generally unethical, but more importantly, do not produce long-term results. Specifically, Google severely penalizes sites that try to rank well by cheating. The hardest punishment is to be thrown out of search results for good. Gray hat SEO. Unlike clear rules, when it comes to allowed and forbidden methods, gray hat SEO represents activities on the allowed limit. This means that there are techniques that may not be explicitly prohibited, but do carry some risk. Therefore, these activities can be risky, so you should think carefully about engaging in such activities. It is often the case that methods from the gray zone are recognized as prohibited activities, which can lead to penalization of the site you are working on. Still, gray hat is certainly a less problematic optimization than black hat techniques. What is website optimization? The work on site optimization is divided into three parts: technical SEO, on-page SEO and off-page SEO. Technical SEO implies that the site needs to be properly edited from a technical point of view so that the robots can easily find it and perform crawling and indexing without problems. When it comes to on-page, it talks about working on the site itself, while off-page refers to all activities that are done outside of it. For the success of the site, all three processes are extremely important. For a real comparison, a good example is the imaginary restaurant. It looks perfect, the food is impeccable, the price is competitive, but there are no guests. Why? Because no one knows about your restaurant, and many doubt whether the place is safe at all. In other words, your reputation is bad and it does not mean anything to you that you have arranged the restaurant perfectly. The same goes for sites. Optimization of the technical elements of the site is followed by balancing on-page SEO and off-page SEO activities. Technical SEO. In order for the site to be effective, technical SEO optimization is required. There are various areas that need to be reviewed and improved in order for the site to function as well as possible. Within the technical part, the most important thing is to ensure that the site and its pages are indexed. There are numerous tools available to help identify problems that need to be addressed. One of the main ones is certainly the Google Search Console, which recognizes many things that require intervention. On-page SEO. As we mentioned, it is a category that deals with the activities we perform on the visible pages, as well as an HTML code, to align the pages with SEO standards. There are numerous methods and rules that must be followed to be able to say that you have successfully completed your site optimization business. Below we will explain some of the most important elements you need to optimize through on-page optimization. Page title. This is one of the most important on-page elements. The pages and posts on the site have their names, which should be unique and, of course, contain a keyword. If your site deals with SEO services, it is important that you have a page that will contain the keyword site optimization. Therefore, you will surely have pages that will be called, for example, 10 reasons why you should optimize your site, SEO optimization for beginners, search engine optimization, most effective methods, etc. This way, you will potentially be well positioned in searches every time someone searches for site optimization in Google search. Of course, this is not enough, but it is very good to begin with. URL structure. It is always recommended that the URL of a site or post page be consistent with the general theme, that it contains a keyword. It is also recommended that the URL is not too long. An example of a good URL would be www.oursite.com web link. It can be seen from this example that we use the keywords in the URL the right way. Headings, H1, H2, H3. Google puts a lot of emphasis on text transparency, so it is recommended that you break the text into wholeness with the headings. Tags are used for this, which are marked with H1, H2, H3. The recommendation is that it should have only one H1 and that it should contain the keyword as close to the start as possible. In addition to this, the interfaces, which we refer to as H2, are extremely important. Depending on the amount of text, it is advisable to have 1 to 4 interheadings. It is recommended that an H2, depending on the number of headings, contains a keyword, while it is advisable to include some related words in additional interheadings. Content optimization. It is very important that the content of the site is of good quality and well presented. This means paying attention to text length, quality and uniqueness. In addition, it needs to be presented properly, which means that it is as easy to read as possible. It is advisable to have shorter paragraphs and interheadings to make the content more readable and easier to read. When it comes to content optimization, keyword density should also be mentioned. Keyword density represents the ratio of keywords in a text to the total number of words on a page. This parameter used to be very important, and today the recommended percentage of keyword repetitions in text is used more as a measure to keep the text from optimizing too much. What is most important is that the keywords should be used naturally in the content, which should be adapted to the readers so that they find the answer to their query through which they came to your site. Excessive use of keywords is bad not only for the content itself but for the entire site, because too many repetitions of the same keyword, so-called keyword stuffing, can be interpreted as malicious behavior to trick the system. Google is very rigorous about these things, so misconduct can lead to a site being dropped from Google searches. Also, one of the recommendations is to include the main page optimized keyword in the first 100 words of the text, as this helps Google interpret what a particular page is about. Off-page SEO. In order for all that hard work on the site to be noticed, you need to work on activities that will draw attention to you. Off-page SEO is most concerned with links and techniques for creating them, and in a broad sense it includes everything we do off the site that affects its ranking. While search algorithms and ranking factors are constantly changing, what is constant is the reputation of the site, its authority and relevance. Off-page SEO is considered to have a great influence on the ranking of the site, so it is logical that a lot of attention is focused on these activities. You should pay the utmost attention to getting as many quality backlinks to your site as possible, and there are other activities that can contribute to your brand development. Link building. For site content to be visible to potential visitors, you need to create links that lead to you. There are several types of links based on how they are created. The most ideal are natural links created by content creators on the net without your knowledge. To put it simply, someone liked what you put on the site and mentioned it and linked it to your site. Manually made links require planning activities such as contacting companies, institutions and users themselves to get them to share your link with your audience. There are two types of backlinks, no-flow and no-flow. If we tag a link with no-flow, we let Google know that it is not passing the domain value to Google and that the links on that page should not be followed. We have different types of backlinks where contextual links are very good, but they depend directly on the quality of the site. Social networks. The first place anyone starts promoting a site is through networks like Facebook or Instagram. By posting on social networks, you get additional traffic. Google will appreciate it if your brand is mentioned on social networks. On the other hand, forums have lost their importance because of the potential for abuse and the creation of a false reputation. Example: open an account on Reddit and praise yourself. Build brand trust. Google will have more confidence in your site if users have positive comments too. That is why it is important to have as many good reviews as possible within Google Review, but a Facebook review of your site is also important. In order to get positive reviews, you need to animate your users to leave positive comments and reviews so that everyone knows that your site is exactly what many are looking for. In this way, user confidence is gained, which can result in better page ranking.